Mhm. I just uh, this deontologism is the ethics of duty, right? Held that good is the fundamental concept of morality. Oh, that the right act is the one that will produce the most intrinsic good. The deontologists held that the right or duty is a fundamental notion. Yeah, that the rightness of an act depends on its nature, not on its consequences. Oh. Ethical concept, yes. Older deontologists held that man had an intuition of moral principles. Present day deontologists say that man intuits only the rightness of particular acts. Now, this cult of worship where you decide to design your own sex partners, yes. Your own lookalikes, ouch. And then they're designed specifically to be sex puppets or war puppets, yes. Because you have to come to find out, there's some ethical problems with self worship. Oh, excuse me. Do you worship your dog or does your dog worship you? Now, the inflatable tits that you had to have, yes, because your wife doesn't want to have sex with you anymore, yes. Does she worship you or you worship her? Because there's this concept of paying for sex, right? I will have sex with you as long as you pay me, coach. And in the family, it's not prostitution because you have to come to find out. Ouch. But there's an ethical problem with self worship. Yes. You might have remembered a few people that kind of got in the way. Oh. And a lot of them, they started cults because they wanted the admiration of other people. Now, these are some country music stars. Right, Dolly Parton, a very attractive woman. Yes, very large breasted. Now, for those that are personas, yes, self worship is a big problem because the way would allow for you to design anything you want that you find attractive that would worship you, ooch, and they would never tell you, no, that's a bad idea. Pow. Now, those that have the lizard brains in the top secret family, yes, that think it's so funny violating the laws of the United States, yes, and then torturing me, ooch, because I keep telling you what the law says, ooch. They're in the cult of coffin, ooch. Now, you have a little ethical problem. You like to be worshipped. You're cult leaders. And in your way of thinking, I'm going to go your way. I'm going to come around to the way that you think, or you're going to continue to poison me. Yes. Torture me. Yeah. And refuse to enforce the laws because I'm not fucking my way into your family. I'm not eating your shit. I don't like it when you seed my food. Ooch. And I don't like it when you torture me. Ooch. Now, maybe we could think about it for just a second. There's what's known as the cramp, right? A painful, uncontrolled contraction of one or more muscles. Yes. Have you ever heard of the Charlie horse? Yeah. Well, I myself have been having some muscle spasms today. Yeah. In different parts of my body that somebody sewed into my muscles. But let's look at your family of cult leaders that decided there was no separation of church and state because everybody's going to go the way of your top secret family. And let's think about the Charlie horse. Ooh. I'd seen one guy that really worked a lot, and it seemed like one of his, well, seniors. Yeah. They'd wake him up when he was sleeping, and boy, he had a Charlie horse. Now, I know. There's no possible way that the Charlie horse, yes, could be used to give cramps, yes, to all of those that have to have the worship of anything and everything that they manufactured to enable them to come to find out. Because It doesn't seem like the relaxation pod is working for you. Yes. And the virus that they oops, they're well, there was a thought of castration, but you need that penis, don't you? You might not need the testicles, but you do need the penis. Yes. Could you get me all the various ways of causing horses in the large muscle groups of those in the way? Yes. That don't think that the United States military could cause them so much pain for refusing to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, I've had Charlie horses before. Yes. Very painful experience. It's almost like this cramping. Yes. A spasm. Yeah. Where they really tighten the muscles in such a way. Yeah. Associated with heavy sweating, a loss of salt from the body. Yeah. When the most well, those legs that you said you had to have, yeah. Somebody decided to take my legs over the last 7 years and 3 months. Yes. There was the left leg and the right leg and the left leg and the right leg, and then there was the knees. Could could the military work on a new technology? Yes, to really cramp the large muscles of all of those that are cold. Chitinum's not working, is it? Oh, I think we need some cramps to really get it across that if you're not going to enforce the laws, you can have one of these Charlie horses. Get up right now. As I mentioned, exactly who has the legs? Cult leaders, known as Deputy Fish, Sidekick, and anything and everything that you've made to infect the population because when you're in the family, you have to come to find out. Give me some Charlie horses.